Welcome to a new tutorial for this course. In this occasion we're going to see some features of this interesting software, which is Cecilia, a front end for C-Sound. Very powerful software to process sounds, to transform them. And you got here different menus like an usual software, but first of all you need to click in this field called audio. You click once and you open a new window to access your sounds. I'm going to use this note of a bass clarinet. I already got this folder set it because I was working on it. It's a quite short sound, instrumental sound. And then you need to set the output, and I need to change the name because usually the software suggests the name of the last tool that you have been using. So I'm going to put clarinet note Cecilia or whatever. Every time I change the tool, I need to change the name in my folder. In every stage is useful to set the duration. This is the final duration of the output file. You can put 30, 20, 1 minute even. I used to decrease a little bit the gain to secure avoiding a peak. You can select as well how many channels. In this case will be 2, but you can select how many you want to, and generate in that way a multi-channel file, which is something that we are not covering in this module, but it's possible to do that in Cecilia. So now let's start from scratch. Selecting a module, you have all these tools here. You can filter the sound, change the dynamics, use multiband, which is different types of processing like delay, filtering, and they are applying to different bands, frequency bands, which is a little bit complex, but let's see, for example, spectral and time. Time is quite interesting. We can transform sounds with granular synthesis. We got several tools here to do that. I'm going to select granulator, which is the classic granular synthesis in this software. You have here a screen showing the envelopes of the different parameters. You can work with the parameters in this zone in the below section of the software, but you can select some presets which are very handy. You can pick one of them and see what the software is proposing you. For example, I'm going to select stretcher and just play it. I need to change again the duration because every time I change the model, the parameters change every time. You can see how the sound was stretched and at the same time with a natural decay, so it gives a kind of feeling of reverb. Now select again here to set the output. I'm doing this again, so I'm going to click one of the previous names. There is no problem to do that. Just click on whatever you want to. In this occasion I'm going to select the same. Click in save, and you can see ask you to replace it, but anyway the sound's going to assign a new now I'm recording. The software have assigned a new number, a new name, so there is no need to be thinking in this. Every time you click record, the software generates a new file. Let's change the preset, change again the software, double click on this fader, and you can tap a new duration. This big chord is very low. I don't like it too much. Probably is useful. Let it stop by itself. And I'm gonna change the pitch. Here is a transpose tool, so you can change it. Here it's already pitched down, but I double click on the number, click there to set a 0 value, so the sound gonna be with the original pitch. Just record. In fact, it's the same pitch, the original, but is stretched in a different way than the previous stretching tool. It's homogeneous, doesn't have a decay. It should be useful to create something else. And now we're going to try something different. For example, we can change the tool. Let's see, a filter. I'm going to use the brick wall, which is quite a strong filter. So the software starts to repeat, and we can change here the cutoff frequency of the filter. And something interesting is you can not only select a preset here, for example this one, which is a bouncing, oscillating movement. You can see how the fader moves by itself because it's automated. So we can automate every parameter in the software, and actually you can change the sound. I'm going to select a previous one. The software is smart and put all the sounds that are in the folder so you can access quickly. And the thing is, if you click in this red button, the recording of the parameter is armed. I put play, and every movement that I'm doing now is recorded. So I open the filter to create this dramatic effect, and I can do something movement sudden like that. Automatically the software generates an envelope that you can edit. You can click in each of these points to move it, edit it. You can delete, just click on it and press delete button on your keyboard. You can move it wherever you want to put it or delete it. I'm going to preserve this abrupt change because give me this dramatic change at the end of the sound. And when you have finished your edition in this envelope, just go again and press record. Because we changed the tool, we need to add a new name for the output. Click save, and the recording is started automatically, and the filter is changing all the time. And that's it for now. You can put all these sounds together in a digital workstation and create more complex gestures.